So winter begins, I guess. Okay, so the fireplace mantle came. I ordered it through Home Depot. Looks like it was made by a private seller, Rough Cut Decor. It's interesting. From Bicknell, Utah. Interesting. But, I mean, it's the type of thing I could have easily gone up in our mountains and cut and made myself. So, for free. But for a couple $100, last minute like this, I was able to get a nice solid beam mantle. Now I gotta figure out how to mount it. Kind of funny, are those gummy bears? But this is their nice little package of gummy bears. Kind of funny. So I'm gonna case this in cement board today and then put that up, and then as soon as I lay hardwoods, we're gonna pay a guy to come and rock this all in. And if he can't come, then I'll do it myself. All right, they came in and inspected the septic. I asked if they needed anything. They said no. We'll see if we pass. I decided to put a 3/4 inch base on there before the cement board. I don't know why I mean, I should have just done that from the beginning, but I thought, oh, the cement board would be strong enough, and I screwed in one big sheet even after putting in more blocking, and it was just still spongy, and I don't want all the weight of the hearth stones and the stove on there without that 3/4 inch plywood. So, and I liquid nailed it down and then fastened it all. So now I'll slap this stuff in. I have it already cut, both sheets. So. All right, so I've got it all wrapped. I do have that little bit of wood exposed there at the top. Hopefully that's not a big deal, because it was somewhat of an afterthought to put that 3/4 inch on there. But it is what it is. This should be a nice hearth. All that thick, I think it's 2-inch stone on there, overlapping 4 inches around, and then 2 inches of wrap stone underneath it up here, and then about 2 inches of wrap stone all the way up to the hearth. They have a little bracket thing back in there that you can use, and then these screws to mount it to the wall. But I want it mounted to this so we can stone right up to it and there's no separation over time. So I think I'm just gonna drill several holes and then just send lag screws through after I get it perfectly centered. That should be a nice hearth. And I did all this because I think I might move up laying the wood floors to next week if I can finish off that side with the trim. All right, I'm going to do kind of a long recap of what we've done last couple days, I think. So just to update you. I might overlap with the last video some. I can't remember what I've shown and what I haven't. But we finished off all the shelving. So I'll take you through all that. This is the big walk-in pantry. It's 7 by 11. These are 16 deep, those are 16 deep, and these are 24 deep. So I had it all laid out in my head, even when I tacked this blue box in, when this is all studs, I knew roughly in mind what we were going to have, so I wanted a dedicated circuit for a microwave sitting right there. I put those back in there. And then I forgot to flex out these shelves so that we just met at the top. I mean, it's not a big deal to me, but my wife was like, why didn't you just make it level all the way around? So anyway, that'll be a huge pantry, and that'll be nice. I think I put it in the last video, but I did trim in all the doors, and my wife started caulking each one. I think she did those two in the closets. We finished all of the shelving in each closet. So we just custom built it out of MDF. We would start by, I drew all the layout, marked all the studs, and just had lines going everywhere. And then we cut the back boards and tacked them in with, I think, 16 gauge brads into the studs. We cut each board at the end with just a little a slanted 35-degree cut there, just to give it some variation so it wasn't just a flat board. And then usually we set these 3 inches back, but on this closet, to reach the stud here, we ripped these shelves to be 18 inches. All the other closets, we were able to catch a stud further back, so we did 16 shelves and 13-inch braces. So you can just see it's all set and looks good. I'll show you each closet, just in case you're curious what we did for layout in each one. Here's another one. This will be a coat rack, so we just took these and put them in. Once they're caulked and painted, they'll look halfway decent. And then, and the next room has 2. So this one we just did broad shelving all the way up for like quilts and pillows and everything. Then this one we just did a small coat rack, since pretty much in a year and a half all of these bedrooms will be guest rooms. So we just threw a couple utility shelves into the broom closet. I think I showed you the master already. Master. So we finished all this up in here. I did throw baseboards up in the master. I need to tack these in. And then but they're all cut to measure and sitting in place, just ready to be tacked in. So that should go pretty quickly. I'll take the closet and then I'm just gonna run through the bedrooms, tacking those up. We built in this shelving into the mudroom, just for storage and whatever, winter gear and whatever else, extra towels for the house and all that type of stuff. We were gonna build some up into here, but I think we're gonna either do a nice elbow brackets and just pine shelving, or we'll actually buy or build over cabinetry. We kind of want that open shelving. It's a beautiful day with all the snow-capped mountains. I think I showed you all the internet stuff. Oh, we did case all the windows in the house. So we started with the bottom boards, the bottom and the top, because they were all 48, and we just put them into place. And then we custom cut these. Most of them are around, I think, 46.5, so with a little bit of variation. Then we tacked the sides in. And then we would take a chisel and tap it in there if we needed to, and we would bend it and flex it until the seam closed. Same thing on the bottom, but it was pretty much just the top that needed that every once in a while. This one did not. But we did every window in the house, so now I can just come in and trim them out on the face when I'm doing my trim, my baseboard trim in here. So now that every door is set, I can just run my baseboard everywhere. Indoor, inside and outside of every door is trimmed. So what else do I want to show? I think I went through the septic on the last video. And I might have mentioned it this morning, but they came and inspected this morning, so I'm assuming they'll give us the thumbs up to bury all that and get the yard put together. And then the plumber's coming this week, maybe, to do all the finished plumbing. And then what else happened out here? I think I did all the firewood stuff. So, oh, I had the septic guy, Ron. He came and pushed and buried the open electrical hole over there, which had been open for 5 months. I thought the electric company would do it. We had the gas installed there, and Ron buried that as well, so that's all set. And they came today and filled it all up, so we're ready to roll with gas. I think the septic, and we just need to tie in the water and do that install. So, but we're probably within 2 weeks of moving in with a flurry of finished stuff to go. So anyway, I can't think of anything else. That's about it. So I'm gonna continue baseboard stuff unless I just take a break today. Maybe I'll go buy our shop fridge and freezer. And I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I believe I have all of the windows cased. So what we did was we used that same about 3¼ inch wide trim, but this is about a 1/2 inch thick, and then this is about 3/4 inch thick. So we use this. This is what we trim the sides of the doors with, and then the header of the doors was this thicker stuff. So we just did that on the bottom as well. And I just matched the corners, so I didn't. Some people will hang them out, but just to keep it simple. And I kind of like this cleaner look. Once it's all caulked and painted, it just kind of all blends together. And I did set them back about 1/4 inch all the way around, so that just outside the frame, just to give a little more contour. And I did that on every window. So they're all cased in, all the bedrooms and all the interior doors except for, there's the bedroom. Except for the front door, the back door, and the garage. So I think I'll work on those now and case them in. I had to make a run for more materials because I just ran out, and but I'm anxious to get the baseboards done in these rooms. But heavy looks like it's not attached all the way. Yeah, pin that better. Okay, so that's where I'm at now. Feels good to have all those cased in. Okay, I trimmed out this door. Looks pretty nice. Huh. You can hear the wind. Yeah, I can feel it right there. This old door doesn't seat right. And the seals are kind of crummy, but I can hear the wind coming through right up there. I think there's that little gap there. It's funny how just a tiny little gap, you can hear the wind blowing through there. I'll have to close that up somehow. All right. This old used door, the handle doesn't work very well. I think we're gonna regret having this door. Oh well. All right, let's trim out that one. Okay, so I've cased the interior, the jambs, I guess. I just ripped these down to 2 inches and cut them to length, just above where my hardwoods are gonna be. And now I'll just case it like I did the windows or the other doors. Okay, that door is cased. Looks good. And I'm all out of the lumber I need, so to do that last door. So I might go get some, we'll see. Okay, the master bedroom is all up in place. I haven't gone along the top and found some studs to tack into. Some people do that, some people don't. Like this one I would, just because it's not a perfect seat against the wall. The rest are pretty close. This bathroom is all done with the trim. And then the master closet's all done with the baseboard. So, looking good. Just needs to be caulked and painted. This guy came. Big Max, Mr. Heater. Hopefully that's enough. It says it heats up to 1,600 square feet. So, we'll get the bracketry to mount it up into that corner. Gas is there, power, and the thermostat line for the thermostat. And then I have framed out a vent port, and I'm gonna vent it out the side. I should do that right away, but I slipped out for an evening at quick elk hunt, just above the house in the foothills here against the mountains. Fingers crossed. Several came out right here last night in the evening. Fingers crossed they do it again. The snow has them pushing around. I'm doing baseboards. I've got almost everything done on the bedroom side of the house and the 2 bathrooms. So just got a few more cuts to make and then I'll be done for that last room. We've got a big caulking crew here. Caulkers. Professional caulkers. Where's Mom? Back there. Helping away. All right, so this is the last of the bedrooms and bathrooms, and they're all baseboarded up. I just need to go around and find a stud occasionally on the top and tack the top where there's a little bit of gap. Otherwise, we're gonna caulk them and paint them. So we've got 7 days now, 8 days before carpet comes. So that should be plenty of time. And they're just about done caulking all of these shelving units we put in. So I suggested, instead of Brandy doing it by herself, while I did all this trim, I suggested she get her 2 daughters and one of the boyfriends, or the boyfriend, and help us out. So one day knockout would take her 5 or 6 days. And then we need to clean out all this stuff, so next week I can start laying hardwoods. That might be the end of this video if it is. I think I've said that a whole bunch of times, thinking I'd post that day, and I was just too tired that night. So, the snow squall is coming. So that's probably it, unless we do something more this afternoon that's worthy of more video. Oh, one quick thing. I wasn't accounting for the 2 inches of rock when I ordered this. And so now it's not deep enough. So I think what I'm gonna do is find some rough hewn wood that sticks out just past and up. And I'm gonna stain it this color and then fix it to the wall around. I've got a little bit of wiggle room here, so I'll probably overhang it 3/4 of an inch and overhang it 3/4 of an inch and come around, and that'll push this out a couple of inches to give us that overhang. So that's my plan. Frustrating because I ordered this beam so it'd just be simple to pop into place. But the fun of building a house. There's never an easy thing. So the septic guy came and pushed some dirt around. I guess we passed inspection. I'm guessing that's what this means. So, hoping he hauls off all that junk dirt. Maybe some of that over there too.